Today, I want to share with you 3 of my best room refresh tips on how you can get maximum impact in your space on a minimal budget. So let's go. Hi guys, my name is Christine. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we'd love for you to subscribe. We post videos every week on tips, tricks, and hacks for your home, life, and adventure. Today, I am in our brand new refreshed master bedroom. We decided last week that we wanted to kind of zhuzh up this space, but we didn't have a lot of budget and we also didn't have a lot of time. This wasn't a gut job or anything like that. So we wanted to just simply refresh the space using 3 of our best tricks on how we know to get maximum impact for minimal budget. And we thought we would share those with you today. People sometimes will comment that they think they need lots of money, time, or skill to do these kind of similar makeovers in their home. And that's really just not the case. Tip number 1. Add texture to your walls. Adding texture to your wall is a pretty simple change that leads to dramatic results. It all of a sudden brings the wall to life. It makes it more 3-dimensional and it just, I don't know, for me it makes it feel much more inviting. It makes it feel like there's more depth and it just overall piques the interest in a space. So for this room in particular, we did 2 things to this feature wall. We did a simplified board and batten and we added wallpaper. Now, we've shared about a simplified board and batten a few years ago on our blog. I'll leave a link up here in the corner so you guys can follow the step-by-step tutorial. It's pretty simple and you do need a little bit of skill for cutting and measuring, but those are basic skills that you could learn, or even if you don't have a saw at home, you can actually take all your measurements in to your local hardware store and they can make all the cuts for you. So make sure to check out that tutorial. For the wallpaper, I am obsessed with adding wallpaper recently in our homes. I think it adds so much interest, some fun to a space, and again, that texture piece that I absolutely love. For this wallpaper, I found this at Lowe's and it was just 1 roll that I needed. It was about $40. It's actually much simpler to do wallpaper than people realize. You just need to paste the wall with some wallpaper adhesive, make your cuts, and put it on. Tip number 2, paint, paint, and more paint. I can't express to you enough how much of a dramatic difference a gallon of paint can have in your space. And paint is relatively inexpensive when you think about the grand scheme of making over your home. One of the comments I've been getting so much is about this headboard. People think I bought a new headboard, and that simply isn't the case. We didn't get any before footage, but we got a few pictures. Let me insert those here for you to see what the room looked like before on just that plain kind of off-white wall. The headboard just kind of looked dull and boring. But then you go and you put it behind a much more vibrant, darker greenish blue color. And all of a sudden it just pops and it actually looks brand new. And really this headboard is a solid 5 years old. The color that we used is Sequoia Glade from Valspar Paint. We absolutely love the richness. And because it is that bluish green, it actually seems to morph colors based on what kind of lighting you're in, whether it's, more warm or more cooler lighting, which I kind of love. Also, don't underestimate the power of a crisp white paint. This room was this kind of like off-white, kind of antique-y, pinkish. I'm not sure the color, but that was the color it was when we moved in. And it always bothered me, especially when we put up some blinds, some nice white blinds into the windows, and it just looked terrible against this kind of antique-y white color. So we just painted everything ultra white. Again, it's a Valspar Canada color. I absolutely love ultra white. It's one of my favorite whites. And kind of a secondary tip when it comes to painting that I just think is an absolute must when you are refreshing a room, don't forget to paint your ceiling. You will be shocked at how much of a difference a fresh coat of white paint can do on your ceiling. It'll make it look elevated, the ceilings, and just bigger and cleaner, and I absolutely Love doing this in every space that I paint. Third tip on how to get maximum transformation on minimal budget and skill is to shop cheap. You do not need to spend a ton of money at high-end home decor stores or anything like that. I have two basic principles that I always use when it comes to this. Number one, you're gonna shop your home first. I've said this many times before. It's incredible what you can find either in storage or even in other rooms that maybe would look better in the space you're working on. So don't be afraid to pull things from other spaces and move around your decor, especially if you kind of have a similar theme running throughout your home. Your decor should be somewhat interchangeable in those spaces. My second tip when it comes to shopping cheap is to thrift away, baby. You know that I love to thrift. You can find endless options at the thrift store. I would say I go at least once a week to a number of the local thrift stores, and that's important because they are constantly getting new items in store. So if you just pop in once in a while, you might miss out on some of the best items that are in there. So the one new item that I did get in this space were the lamps, but I found them at the thrift store. Can you believe these beautiful white and blue porcelain lamps with brass accents were $10 a piece. I was blown away. I've seen similar lights at higher end home stores going for minimum $100 a piece. They didn't have a lampshade, so I did have to buy the lampshades brand new. I got those at a discount home retailer store for about 15 bucks each. So for a total of $25, I've got these beautiful vintage custom looking lamps that just absolutely are a showstopper in this space, and I didn't have to break the bank to do it. So there you have it, friends, my 3 best tips on how to get maximum transformation on minimal budget and skill level: texture, paint, and shopping cheap. Leave a comment down below on what space you would like to refresh next. I would love to see if you do refresh it. Send me a picture. I'd love to see how you used any of these tips, and I would love to see what you do. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, turn the bell on to be notified for our next video, and we will see you next time. Bye.